Hello, welcome to Zentangle Explore. I am so excited to draw with you today. This is a class where we draw a Zentangle pattern really slow. If you're unfamiliar with Zentangle, you can go check it out at zentangle.com. I am Esther Piszczek, and I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And we are going to explore one pattern really slowly. So let's get started. We have, let me show you supplies. I have a 0.1 micron. I also have a 0.8 micron. So any type of a permanent pen. So you could add watercolor on top later if you like. And then several pieces of small watercolor paper, just small enough to fit in the palm of your hand. And that is all you need. If you can draw a line, you are going to be a success at this class. Okay, I'm going to change my camera and we will get started drawing. Actually, before we do that, let's do a little brief meditation to just center ourselves in our space. So you can close your eyes if you like. I'm going to close mine. Okay. And just check in with your breath, everybody. Just find that inhale wherever it is. Allow that exhale to leave your body. Perhaps notice your feet, wherever they're touching, whatever surface. Perhaps notice your bottom. If you're sitting in a chair, wherever you're seated. And allow your energy to settle from the top of your head, floating down, relaxing the forehead, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the shoulders, arms, the elbows, the wrists, torso, the hips, thighs, the knees, the shins, the ankles, and the feet, and the toes. Relax all the way into those toes. Allow your relaxation to pour out of your toes and out of your fingers, dripping down into the earth, allowing your body to rest. Rest on the earth. Nothing is required but breathing and resting. Perhaps allow that breath to lengthen. Nice inhale. Little stop at the top. Nice exhale. Little stop at the bottom. Beautiful circular breath pattern that is with you in every moment. Asking you to follow with your attention. Bringing in new air for new ideas, new activity. Exhaling old patterns, old beliefs. Constant cycle of renewal. Present for you and available 24/7 your entire life. And Mother Earth to rest upon. And as you lengthen that breath, you can bring some attention or sensation into the fingers and toes, perhaps wiggle them. And come back to this present moment, bringing yourself 100% into this experience. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Know that whatever we create together will be absolutely perfect, just as it is. Okay, I'm going to change my camera and we will draw. So I have a couple pieces of paper here. I have my pens. I don't know which one I'll choose. It doesn't matter. Whatever is calling to you will be perfect. I'm going to choose a piece of paper and let's get started. So this is a pattern called Odee, O-D-E-E, by Susan Mays, M-A-Y-E-S. She's a certified Zentangle teacher. And you could find this pattern if you looked it up on tanglepatterns.com. All right, so we're going to draw really, really slowly. So first, let's just draw a line. I'm going to draw a bit of a curved line, and it can come out of the corner if you'd like, but I'm just going to put my line right in the middle. A really, really slow line. So slow. And then along this line, I'm going to draw little circles. And I'm going to start just by putting them on one side of the line and notice that they're not touching. There's space between them. And on the other side of the line, you can turn your tile, so you can turn your paper over if you'd like to. And we're going to draw little tiny circles in between the circles we just drew. So slowly. I will tell you that the secret to drawing circles well is drawing circles slowly, with intention. But they don't have to be pure circles. They can be whatever shape you like. And then in between these circles, we're going to draw a shape. We're going to start off with a really simple shape. And we're just going to connect with a little bit of a bump. And you can make this as big as you'd like. But notice that it connects the circles from one side to the other. Having a cat visitor in this class. This is Nisha saying hello. And when you finish with that side, you can turn your tile. And we'll connect those little circles with those little humps on the other side. And so slowly. And if you notice that your hand is either clenching your pen or your lines getting faster, just slow down. It's okay. It's all about noticing. And this class is all about not only drawing slowly, but exploring. And so this is Odee, O-D-E-E, it's a pattern. And now that you know how to draw it, we can look at its elements. So what do we have? We have a line. We have these little circles on either side of the line. And then the shape that joins the circles. And any of these elements can change their shape or their dimension at any time. So I'm going to show you how, if you wanted to layer these, how you could do that. I'm going to start another one here. I'm going to change the shape so you can see what that looks like. So I'm going to draw a really slow line. And when I get to this first object, I'm just going to stop. Watch where it goes underneath. Pick that line up and keep drawing. And then I start over. And maybe perhaps I want to draw my circles bigger this time. I'm going to draw bigger circles. And maybe they look like eggs. Maybe you decide you want them to be square. Perhaps you decide you want them to be rectangular or triangular. Nice and slowly. And whatever comes into your head, whatever what if statements, what if I did this? I wonder what would happen if I do that. You have a pen and you have paper and you can answer those questions right now. So this time I'm going to draw a little leaf type shape. I'm just going to color in those little triangles at the bottom where they meet the circles. And then I'm going to put a little line down the center. You can feel free to add fill any word you like, either with black or with color. The circles could be filled, the little leaves could be filled, little leaves could have pattern in them. Anything goes in this class, absolutely anything. Allow yourself to explore in whatever way is calling to you. No rules. Just the simple concept, the simple idea to start with, to get us started. And then you get to draw whatever you'd like. And if it looks nothing like this at the end, that is perfectly okay. If your leaves look nothing like leaves, that is okay. And if you decide you want to draw amoebas or houses in the middle of these boulders, that's perfect too. Just draw slowly. And if you have multiple pieces of paper, you can start a new drawing whenever you like. It's all about presence, about noticing, paying attention, bringing yourself back to your breath, allowing yourself this beautiful time to just draw lines because you can. And using this time to discover what you would like to discover. What are you interested in? What about this drawing experience is pleasing to you? And to discover it really slowly. So when we slow down, that's when we can really notice what's happening. That's when we can hear those questions pop up. saying, what if you did this? Gosh, I wonder what that would be. And you notice those questions, you are able to answer those questions and act on them. So our intuition and our inspiration, we don't have to-do lists. We don't have task lists. We don't have deadlines. These things are completely foreign to the right side of our brain. It's far more interested in joy and exploration and discovery, creation, creativity, slowing down and noticing. That is the part that just says, for fun, do it for fun. Do it because it will bring you joy. I have an art project I'm working on right now that brings me immense joy. And I have no idea where it's going or why I'm doing it. I just keep doing it because it's way fun. And eventually, I believe I will come to know why I'm doing it and what it's all about. And I'm drawing these on both sides, but what if you only drew them on one? What would happen? Any one of these elements is up for modification, exploration. There are no rules. There's just this beautiful time drawing together to discover what ever wants to be discovered. Really slowly. I decided to change my pen to a 08. You do not need to. Just want to let you know why my line looks a little different. And I encourage you never to judge anything, nothing. Because in the judging, you will miss out on so many wonderful opportunities to discover new things. And so if I look at my line and say, oh, I don't know, I don't like it. I'm not gonna, whatever, let's just start over. First of all, that does not sound like a very fun tone. It doesn't sound like a very fun statement. If I look at it and say, I don't know if I like it, and that's okay. Let's just see what happens. I don't know what'll happen. Maybe I'll end up loving it. Maybe it'll be my favorite piece ever. Maybe I will discover something brand new I would never have done otherwise if I keep going. I want to discover new things. I want to know about the things that my mind could never come up with on its own. I am interested in knowing what the right side of my brain is up to. The right side of the brain is all about visuals and feelings, not about language and to-do lists and tasks and timing. I want to know what it has to say. If my hand and my pen and this little piece of paper can help me figure that out, well, that's kind of fabulous. If all I have to do is suspend my judgment and keep drawing whatever occurs to me, well, that seems like a super small price to pay. So I could leave this like this, or I could turn it over and draw these on the other side and see what happens. Or I might just draw one on the other side. I don't have to fill them all in. I get to decide. I get to explore. I get to discover. I get to choose. I think a lot of times in life we think that we're not making choices. When in reality, we're making choices all the time. Every moment and every second of every day, we choose over and over and over again. How to hold our toothbrush, which foot to put in front of the other, which hand to use to open the door, what to put on before we leave the house. Everyone is a choice. And we recognize that we're making all of these billions and zillions of choices every day. One, it feels super abundant. You're like, wow, I had no idea. Secondly, it gives us the opportunity to make different choices. Because we can. And habits are simply choices that we've made so many times that we don't know we're making them. And they're really great ways to limit the choices that you have. So my question is, what are your habits and do you like them or not? Just because they're habitual ways of doing things doesn't mean that they're actually pleasing or good for us. Or necessary. You get to choose. And slowing down allows you to notice what those habits are, what those choices are, whether or not you find them pleasing, whether or not you're doing them because you feel like you have to do them or someone told you to do it that way. It's super exciting. You are the captain of your ship and you get to decide. And this class is all about making choices, changing directions, discovering new things, listening to your inspiration. It's a way to practice nice and safely with a pen on paper, drawing simple lines and breathing. It's also a beautiful opportunity to slow down on purpose, not because we broke a leg or we got sick, but because we got grounded, but because we can slow down on purpose. I find in my life that when I run around really quickly and do a lot of things, and life has a way of slowing us down on purpose. Getting COVID, being in a car accident, injuring myself, all kinds of ways of slowing down on that are seemingly not intentional. They wouldn't have asked for them. They all serve the same purpose, slowing down. And so we slow down on purpose, less likely, I believe, to have those things happen because we're noticing what we're doing, giving great care and attention, we're listening to both sides of our brain, becoming more aware of habits, making new choices. And if we're doing all those things, there's less reason for us to be slowed down in some other less pleasing way and by choice. And some people think that going on vacation, going on vacation is often thought of as slowing down, and it is. You're slowing down the work. And sometimes you go on vacation and all you do is all these crazy activities, which are fun, but you're still moving really fast. Sometimes I feel like I need a vacation from my vacation. In my opinion, that means that I didn't really vacate much of anything. Something to consider. And so if you've got some idea in your head, inspiration, like, oh, could I do this? Oh, like what she's doing. Yes, the answer is yes. Do that. Whatever that thing is, do that. Really slowly. Sometimes I get so excited about the ideas that I have in my head that I find myself moving more quickly. Slow myself down. There's no rush. There's lots and lots of time to explore every idea. No rush. I can make a little list. I can set a timer for 10 minutes every day and get my pen, my little piece of paper. I can try out one idea a day all week long. As many times as I want. Sitting in the doctor's office, waiting in line at the grocery store, waiting for the water to boil on the stove. So many little moments. So many little moments to bring our attention to our breath, to notice what we're doing with ourselves, notice the choices we're making. And you can add color whenever you like. It doesn't have to be black and white. You could have started with color. I could have been drawing with a purple pen this whole time. All up to you. What we would like to do with this. And put a little rounding in here where we just round off these little corner spaces, connect them with this little black web. We draw auras where we draw a bubble around their space. We draw it as small as possible, as large as possible. You get a larger piece of paper and draw on a whole big, huge sheet of paper. You draw with a magic marker. Get out your finger paints. So many different ways to explore this pattern. Make it your very own. See what it has to say to you. I'm going to drum to the other side. And this often happens by classes. No two explorations will look the same, and nor should they, because we're all different people with all different ideas and inspirations and inclinations and so many possibilities between us. Everyone gets to have their own unique experience, own little learning lessons in life that we can share with each other. It's really quite magical. So now I can put a little aura. And I really slow aura, slow myself down. And people also ask me about wiggly lines. I love wiggly lines. If your hand has a shake or a tremor, that is so perfect because you can't manufacture that. It just comes with the way your hand works. And those wiggly, squiggly lines are just beautiful. And I will tell you that drawing this way over and over and over will give you a steadier hand. Not by thinking about it, but just by doing it. And so I've got a lot of crazy stuff going on here, but I can start to see spaces in between if I wanted to take watercolor and fill in all of these little in-between spaces. It would make all of these patterns really pop. And I might do that after this class. I might. Just because I can, and to see what it would look like. Just watching the ink put onto the page. So what I'm doing now is an example of an inspiration. You don't have to do this. I'm just giving it as an example. I thought there's a single line to this pattern. That's just a line. It doesn't have to be a single line. It could be a double line. And now it is. It's always a good question to ask yourself, can I slow down anymore? Can I go more slowly than I'm already going? Yeah. And when you do, you'll find that I just did right here, your line wiggles. Lose a little bit of that control. Kind of fun. Just allowing whatever's calling to you to call to you. Making new choices. Breathing. Relaxing the grip on that pen. Slowing down. Noticing what you notice. following those little thoughts or inspirations. Noticing the value of taking this time. Oops, I'm drawing off the page here. Sorry about that, people. And I'd like you to ask in any of my classes, allow what I'm drawing to be a suggestion. And you come up with your very own idea of what it is that I'm drawing. And maybe as adults, if you're an adult, we really kind of stop exploring after a certain amount of time. Do our thing, get up, brush our teeth the same way, drink our coffee the same way, go to work the same way. And then when those inspirations come in, say, do it differently. We say, nah, why would I do that? I'll take extra effort on how to do it that way. I'm not used to doing it that way. Till those inspirations to go away. Those inspirations are what are trying to wake us up to a new way of doing things. I encourage you to pay attention, to slow down, to notice, to allow yourself to discover new things every day. Every moment there's an opportunity to discover something new about yourself, about your environment, about your relationships, about your habits. It makes life way more fun and interesting. Okay, so let's see what was created here. All sorts of crazy explorations. Hello. I hope you absolutely loved this time together. I have more videos on my YouTube channel, Esther Piszczek. If you'd like to find more exciting things to draw, I've also started a new interview show called the Eternal Possibility Hour, and you can check those out as well. And I have some painting videos on there. And if you would like to donate to this experience, paypal.me/eternal /Esther Piszczek, Piszczek. And that would be lovely. And if not, that's lovely too. I just hope that you keep drawing in whatever way brings you joy. Okay, thank you for joining me.